We're explaining why you might get the directory is not installable. Neither setup.py nor pyproject.toml found error in Python. This happens when you try to install a Python package, but Python can't find the necessary files that tell it how to do so. Think of it like trying to assemble furniture without instructions. You have the pieces, but you don't know how to put them together. Python needs a guide, and that guide comes in the form of either a write single quote setup.py write single quote file or a write single quote pyproject.toml write single quote file. 1. Understanding write single quote setup.py. Older Python packages use a file called write single quote setup.py. This file contains metadata about your package, its name, version, description, and importantly, the files that need to be included. It also specifies any dependencies your package needs, other libraries it relies on. When you try to install a package with a write single quote setup.py write single quote file, tools like pip read this file and use the information to install the package correctly. 2. The modern approach. Write single quote pyproject.toml. More recent Python projects use write single quote pyproject.toml, write single quote instead of write single quote setup.py. This file uses a more structured format, making it easier to manage package metadata and build configurations. It often includes a section specifying the build backend, like setup tools or Poetry, which handles the actual building and installation process. Write single quote pyproject.toml. Write single quote is generally preferred now because it's more standardized and allows for better tooling integration. 3. Why the error occurs. The directory is not installable. Error arises because you're trying to install a directory that doesn't contain either write single quote setup.py write single quote or write single quote pyproject.toml. This means Python doesn't know how to interpret the contents of that directory as a Python package. It's like giving Python a box of parts without any instructions. It can't figure out what to do with them. 4. Troubleshooting steps. Check the directory. Double-check that you're in the correct directory. The directory you're trying to install should contain either write single quote setup.py write single quote or write single quote pyproject.toml. Clone correctly. If you're installing from a Git repository, make sure you've cloned it correctly and that you're in the root directory of the project. Sometimes a simple git clone followed by cd your underscore repo solves the problem. Correct package structure. Ensure the package structure is appropriate for Python packages. There should be an organized way for Python to find the modules and other resources. Virtual environments. Always use virtual environments like Venv or Conda to isolate your project's dependencies. This prevents conflicts between different projects and helps maintain a clean installation process. Download correctly. If you downloaded a write single quote .zip write single quote or write single quote .tar.jaz write single quote file, extract the contents to a suitable directory. Use the right installer. Use the appropriate installer, typically pip install, while you are inside the extracted package directory. If you're using a build system like Poetry or setup tools, follow its instructions for installation. 5. Example. Using pip. If you have a write single quote setup.py, write single quote comma, navigate to the directory containing write single quote setup.py, write single quote using your command line and run pip install. This instructs pip to install the package in the current directory. If you have write single quote pyproject.toml, write single quote comma pip install should still work but might require setup tools to be installed. By understanding these points, you can effectively debug and resolve the directory is not installable. Error in Python, ensuring smooth and successful package installations.